Hello, good evening. We are here once again for another Unplugged live session. I'm Leonel Rodrigues. I'm Desirable Portugal Tours. I'm just waiting for Gabriel and Sergio to join me, so we'll start our live session in a minute. Hello, Sergio.
Good evening, Lionel.
How are you?
Everything's fine.
Okay, so we seem to have Gabriel on the way, hopefully. Here it is.
The
Hello.
whole gang is here. Amazing.
How are you, Gabriel?
I'm good.
Okay, let me just.
Actually, I can't see you, but I can hear you.
You can see me. Oh, well, I see
I
you.
can't.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
Well,
no,
don't
no,
know.
no problem.
Don't know what's
Still
going
working.
on, but well, here we are once again. So, good evening, everybody. Thank you for
Good
watching.
evening.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Leonel Rodrigues, Desirable Portugal Tours, based near Lisbon. A lot of new stuff going on over here. With me, I have Gabriel Lima, GL Tours in the Algarve, the guy with the great life. And
Yes,
Sérgio
indeed.
Costa from Portugal EV Tours, Porto, Douro Valley. And here we are once again for another live session. For tonight, we didn't post a topic, but I would like to use tonight's session to do a bit of a retrospective of 2024. I was just reading a news article just a few minutes ago that Portugal broke a lot of records. Over 30 million travelers came to Portugal this year. So it was a record-breaking year over year. I was in Sintra today. I felt it particularly quiet, but still moving. And not the crowded Sintra we've been seeing. But let's see what 2025 is going to bring us. I'm pretty sure that a lot of things are going to switch, are going to change. There will be a lot of new trends, and so that will be the topic for tonight. So a bit of a retrospective and some expectations for 2025. Well, I'm going to throw the ball to Gabriel because there's some news about the Algarve. It seems like there's several airlines opening routes to the Algarve next year, finally, direct flights, intercontinental flights to the Algarve. So, what are your expectations over there for the next year?
Well, good evening, everyone. It's been changing a lot the past few months this year. I mean, every single year it's been different. There's no such thing like a similar year. And 2024, it's been a great year. Some other stuff not so great because, of course, there's no such thing like a perfect years. But in short, overall, it's been a great year for me personally. I've been doing quite well, and I have a good expectation for the next year. Like in Sintra, now it's very quiet here in the Algarve, to be honest. From a personal perspective, I like this peace. But of course, I don't want to live in such a quiet place for so much time, because of course we need tourists and we need experts. But we have people, and even today when I went to the Elf Club here in Albufeira, I had a little chat with the owner of the Elf Club, and they were telling me that they asked me, Gabriel, so you work very much with Americans, right? Yeah, and then I said, yeah, well, actually, yeah, but why are you asking? Well, because we are getting people coming into the Elf Club, and more Americans than ever. And then I thought, okay, so yeah, I know there's a big trend in the United States, also in Canada, and other places. Portugal became very trendy. And there are people moving here. There are people who are coming for long stays. Especially here in Albufeira, we have many Canadian coming over and over again, more and more. So, I mean, it's not crowded. It doesn't look like summer or something like that. But yes, when I drive, when I walk through the city, not just here. The other day I've been in Lagos, I've been also in Farragudo, Carvoeiro, Silves, and even in Sagres, which is a bit further away. I've been seeing people around here, and I see people walking on the beach. I see people on the market. So yeah, it's quite good. I think the seasonality in the Algarve it's been changing a lot. We are having more people coming to visit us in off season, so autumn, winter, spring, which is good. And well, but of course, then we have some other trouble here in Portugal, like everywhere in the world. The world is getting too crazy, and it ain't easy. For many people, actually, it's not that easy. But this is maybe a topic for another conversation. So overall, I've been having a very nice year. December, it's very quiet, to be honest. I was chatting with you a couple minutes ago that this December, in terms of tours, it's been I've been having a bit less, but still some last minutes to come in for sure. But for January, I'm quite happy. I have already 12 tours booked, which is amazing for January, and hopefully I will reach 20 or so. So if you people, if you are hearing me, just send your just send your recommendations to your friends. I know it's been high sea in Toronto. I've been guiding someone from Toronto. It's very, very cold there and everywhere. So just send people to the Algarve, Okay, we don't have the same water temperature as in Florida or in Mexico or something, but we have fresh seafood, we have fresh fish, we have the best oranges. I mean, they are sweet as hell. I just got a cheese now. We have, thank God, my family, they have a farm. So, and maybe some of you guys, already about this. So this is the best season to explore the Algarve as the more authentic Algarve. Of course, it's very nice in summer, but now it's time to explore the real Algarve. As about, so you said something about the flights. Of course, I think we're gonna have more people coming here for sure. Not just to visit the Algarve, no, because I heard there will be some direct flights also from LA, from Boston to Lisbon. Um, Hopefully this time we're gonna have this direct flight from Newark, New Jersey, the United Airlines, also from Toronto, and hopefully we're gonna get a few more. So we need people, we need tourism, we need expats, we need people who really like to enjoy Portugal, who like to invest too. This is important. Because of course tourism it's only sustainable if people who are coming to visit us they invest in the local economy somehow. I mean, this is not a critic. I mean, some people I understand they are on the budget, but when we travel to a country, if we don't leave something there, I mean, so we are using resources, and by the end of the day, so having lots of people and having no help in our economy, it doesn't make much sense. But this is something that happens all while, and this is just, just a reminder. We are very good hosts, Portuguese people. We are known as a warm people. Okay, we are the biggest consumers of wine per capita. I know that, so we are always warm. But we also enjoy people who are coming to visit us, and actually they also like to support the local economy. And there are many ways to do this. Guys, so this was my introduction. I don't know, just go ahead.
You now reminded me of something, of a study that I mentioned a few times from the cruise ships, a study of how much in average every person spends in Lisbon, and the numbers are shocking. Okay, it's too low, it's too little to make it worth for the city or for anyone working on the city. So when we say that people should invest or people should leave something positive, in fact, when we see those numbers, we truly have our doubts about is it really worth it or not, or is it really positive or not for the city. But that's another story. Okay.
Yeah, it's not just us. Okay, Lunel. I've been guiding 3-4 days ago a Canadian lady, and she went to live and to work in Bermuda. a very popular
Okay.
island close to South America. And she was so aware about all these because she works in the travel industry, or she used to work. Now she's retired, and she told me, Gabriel, I totally understand sometimes these protests in some towns in Europe because it's not sustainable. These towns getting like 10, 50,000 of people coming from the cruise ships. They have their own meal there. Maybe some people, they don't spend much money. So when we have lots of people visiting a place without leaving what really rules the local economy, which is money, I mean, spending money, in a long term, it doesn't work. Because we, as a traveler, I'm a traveler too. So when I go to some spot, I'm going there, I'm going to spend water, I'm going to produce, trash, so I'm going to use resources. And I know nowadays it's way more affordable to travel. There are many ways to travel. I know I can use the public transportation in a country, but if I do this and 100,000 people do the same, so we're gonna put some, how do you say, burden,
Burden?
a burden over the local people, the workers. So, I mean, like I said before, I'm not criticizing, but I'm just saying we have to be aware because we are all part of this small economy in the travel industry. We depend on each other. And the more we help, the more we get help too. And we all want to have people visiting Portugal. We all want to have tourists travel around the world. But as a tourist, I have to be aware about supporting local economies somehow. There are many ways to do this, but we're going to talk about this maybe next time. Sergio, time for you, my friend.
For me, well, it's the thing that I like to say. God has granted us 2 years, 2 ears, but only one mouth, so we can listen more than we talk. But you said it all, basically. So before doing a little bit of a retrospective, and this is because Lionel and I kind of did it while you were out and about last week. I don't know if you were partying or whatever that was, but
Yeah,
I actually,
it was tough. I
Yeah.
lost my voice.
yeah, that was a big party then.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to just go back to our previous live session because we actually had some questions over here,
Okay.
particularly from Thomas. And he actually asked for little things. He actually made some very nice comments and asked some really good questions over here. He started off by saying that Portugal was a hidden secret until the last 5 years. Secret got out worldwide and spread quickly. International Living magazine made it #1 place to retire several years in a row. That's true. It's affordable. We have a great climate. It's a small country, but hugely diverse. Great gastronomy, great people. And yeah, what's not to like over here? I mean, it's great. We love our country. I can say, I can definitely say that we're all patriots over here,
Yeah.
and we absolutely love Portugal. And nowadays, particularly regarding the geopolitical situation in the world, and I'm not just talking about what's happening in Eastern Europe, or like, for example, what just happened a couple of days ago with Syria, for example, but also there's a lot of people who are not pleased with the outcome of what happened in the USA. And so we've actually, I've read on the news that the number of information, people calling and emailing, asking about informations for retirement visas and movings and permits to move to Portugal has increased by 300% since November 6th from people coming from the US. So there's definitely a lot of interest in Portugal, be it for tourism, be it for permanent residents over here. So yeah, it's definitely on everyone's radar. Thomas also asked over here for foreigners looking to move to Portugal. There we go. Relocation tours. It's I think it's going to be one of the new trends, or one of the big trends, particularly regarding the U.S. market over here in Portugal. I think people are going to be interested to see how locals live, and it's not going to be the traditional tourism because relocation tours, and I know you run quite a few, Gabriel. It's completely different. We typically, well, we do some of the highlights of the locations, but then one of the things that we do on relocation tours is, okay, so we have over here this neighborhood, which is a nice neighborhood. It's a little bit more affordable, it's a little bit more expensive. In the vicinity, you have schools, you have hospitals, all of that infrastructure that usually we don't talk about on regular tours,
Yeah, exactly.
things like that. So this is a big difference between, for people wondering, between relocation tours and traditional tours. It's something to keep in mind. It's the spirit of a relocation tour. It's quite a bit different from a traditional tour. That doesn't mean that we are skipping completely the those hot spots for tourism.
Yes,
But
sightseeing. Yeah.
but the focus is going to be a little bit different for sure.
Yeah.
And then, well, this is going to be a little bit of an open question for you guys. We've already talked a little bit about perspectives for next year. But Thomas over here, well, and because it's the holidays right now, he asked us to talk a little bit about the holiday traditions in Portugal. And so unique things that we can mention, and well, there's quite a few. For example, one of the things that we like to do very much over here in Portugal, I've talked about Christmas villages and Christmas markets last time, but we failed to mention one of the things that we typically do at home, which are the nativity scenes. And sometimes we actually even do that on squares, sometimes even with live animals and people. So the nativity scenes are, in Portuguese, we call them presépios, are something that we do that is very typically Portuguese over here. Another one, Missa do Galo, the midnight mass, very typical over here, usually held at midnight on between the 24th and the 25th. So if you want to attend, and because we're a very Catholic country, it's a very unique mass. And then the Christmas Eve feast, the Consoada over here in Portugal, as we call it. Well, we can't skip the codfish on this one. It's almost mandatory.
Yeah.
But then for people who don't typically eat the codfish, and there's some Portuguese who don't like it. It's not a 100%. It doesn't have
Yeah,
a
of course.
100% rate of approval over here amongst Portuguese. We do have some meat dishes like the turkey. It's the one that is typically done at my place. I don't know if you guys have any
Yes.
favorite one.
Yes.
And then obviously we have the desserts. Everyone, all good Portuguese must have a sweet tooth, and we have the rabanada, obviously, which is a Portuguese style French toast, sonhos, fried dough, and bolo rei, the king cake, or bolo rainha, where we don't have the crystallized fruits. So these are some of the things that are unique to Portugal. I don't know if you guys want to add something to it. Lionel, you're very much into
Yeah.
um,
The expert.
There's
into
there's some
gastronomy. Yeah.
there's some curiosities over there, and depending on the regions and where people are from, of course, there's some different dishes. Okay, by example, some people, as an alternative to the cod, can do something like some octopus rice. I know that some people use that as a main dish, as an alternative to cod. Suckling pig, it's also a common dish for some people, more for the Christmas day lunch. Okay, some suckling pig. And then from the sweets, there's a lot more that can be added. One of them that is very common from Christmas time, it's called cuscurões, that are very thin fried dough. I wouldn't say it cookies, but imagine like a very large cookie, crispy, very thin. And it's quite common to find it, at least around here. We find that very often, and even in the bakeries, people order them in advance. And it's curious because you don't imagine, at least over here where I live or near where I live, you don't imagine how much the business increases from the 23rd and 24th of December for most of the bakeries. Okay, they have orders being placed weeks ahead for stuff for the Christmas Eve. So there's a lot of things, in fact, that well, we like to do. And then you have some curious things and stuff that some people don't know really well how they happen or how they started. You have a lot of well parades or gatherings or big events. Now it's getting quite common to see all of those well Santa Claus gatherings with well big groups of motorcyclists going for a big ride. Well, on the weekend before or the afternoon before Christmas or such. But there is one very peculiar that refers to Braga in one of the main streets in Braga, something that started long time ago. If you go there on the afternoon of the 24th, you will see hundreds or probably thousands of people going for a banana and to drink some muscatel wine. So these are some things that have become quite well traditions here and there in certain spots, but there's not much of a correlation with Christmas or how this does it start. Okay, so it's curious that almost in every town, in every city in Portugal, you will find something, well, a curious slash funny like this happening. And people just know, okay, on that day, on the afternoon, I need to go there because this big event is happening. So we are quite lively country on this, I would say, folk gatherings or popular gatherings of people happening here and there. So it's hard not to have anything or it's hard to go to a place and have nothing to do, okay, on those days because there's always something going on. And as you already mentioned with the nativity scenes, I grew up in the town that was known for being probably one of the only ones having a huge nativity scene on the cliff. I grew up around Alenquer, that was commonly known as Vila Presépio. And now you have huge nativity scenes everywhere. But 30, 35 years ago, if you wanted to see, well, a nativity scene like 10 meters tall, you needed to go to visit that town. So there's stuff that spreads out through the country and even, makes it more interesting to visit here and there. And well, it's good to see that it's quite spread out through the country. All these sorts of events are around the country, and there's always something to be done. So, well, if any of you, okay, who are watching are well traveling to Portugal on the next few weeks, I'm pretty sure you will find something fun to do, something to enjoy, and going to well New Year's Eve. I'm pretty sure there will be party everywhere. Okay, unless some light switch fails, but that's another story. Okay, there should be plenty of fireworks and plenty of party going on. But well, it's 2-3 weeks of events happening. So it's not winter, it's not off season, it's not peaceful and quiet in many areas because there will be a lot of stuff going on. I don't know if you want to add something more to what I just said, but I truly believe that this time of the year it's great to be around here because there's always new stuff to be done. So
exactly. Now, I remember, for example, and as a traveler, I remember a few years ago, my wife and I, we went to Paris around the holidays as well, and so we were there in December. And I remember going to Champs-Élysées and everything being beautifully decorated with the Christmas lights and whatnot. The shops all dressed up with the Christmas colors. And well, Paris is Paris, obviously, but Portugal, it's not that different. And if you want something a little bit more quaint, a little bit more calm, but as beautiful as that, you have no shortage of options. For example, over here, less than 10 minutes from where I live, we actually have uh, the tallest Christmas tree in the entire country, which is in Irmesinde. And I live just 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes away from it. In fact, if my building was, if I was living in the apartment that is facing the other side of the building, I could probably see the tree from my balcony. So yeah, it's very tall. It's almost as tall as just to give you some reference, it's almost as tall as the Clérigos Tower in Porto, and
whoa.
that's tall. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
tall.
forget about the one that is in Porto, forget about the one that is in Lisbon, in Praça do Comércio. You know, if you want to see if you're around Porto and if you want to see the tallest Christmas tree in the country, well, it's a short trip out of Porto, and the location where the tree is actually very beautiful. And in fact, you can actually take the train from São Bento. It's something like a 15 to 20-minute train ride from São Bento to Irmesinde. You get off at Irmesinde and you're immediately there. You can't miss it. So yeah, it's
Okay.
very easy, very beautiful, and well, the tree is very simple, but it has this distinction of being, for several years in a row now, the tallest Christmas tree in the country. So yeah, quite a few things to see over here, quite a few things to taste over here as well. We've talked about a few of them. Bolo rei, bolo rainha, for me, some of my favorite desserts. Sponge cake. My mom has a saying. Probably this is something that we say to people who eat a whole lot during the Christmas. It's mais vale sustentar burro a pão de ló. You're better off supporting a donkey eating sponge cake. And well, I could probably tell you that I eat sponge cake a little bit like a donkey, because usually when I purchase it, it has to be two. One of them is just for
Yeah.
me. The other one is for the rest of the family, and the one that is for me like never leaves the house. So yeah, bolo rei, the creme brulee, a loteria, late
Oh yeah.
creme.
Okay.
If we were to just, and we'll probably do that, if we were to take a couple of pictures of our Christmas tables, I think
Oh
it's
yeah.
something interesting, an interesting quote unquote challenge to do over the holidays, and then just teasing people with the desserts and the dishes that we
You know,
prepare over here during
you know what
Christmas.
would be funny, Sergio?
Yeah,
And
go
I'm going to
ahead.
leave the challenge for all the people that are watching, and I know that a lot of people will watch us later.
And
Okay. Come back and from where you live, from around the world, from different countries, different perspectives. Okay, get us a picture of your Christmas table or from your holiday season. Festivities. Okay, there's different celebrations. Post a picture. Help us to know you a little bit better as well, and post a picture of your holiday season table, the gathering, the meals, the sweets. Okay, we love sweets. Just I think it would be very interesting to see all of that. To have people from different locations to share it with us.
Yeah, absolutely. We can even open a topic on Portugal Unplugged
Yeah.
just for that, so it won't get lost and people can post their pictures in the comments. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's a great
That
idea.
would be a great idea.
indeed, I
So,
agree.
so
So,
if people want to assess the quality, send us a sample, please. Okay, we'll leave the address somewhere. Send us a sample, and the experienced quality controller over here, we will grade the samples. Okay, and we'll check which one's the best.
yeah,
Okay. But at least the pictures, I think the pictures will speak for themselves, and it will be a very interesting way to know a little bit more about people who watch us. Okay, because we get reports from people watching us later, not now live, but later on. And from around the world. So, it's good to know that we are reaching different areas of the globe. So, share with us how your celebrations are.
yeah, sounds good. And if you want to have someone to try your wine, well, there's a guy over here that's a little bit of an expert
Yeah.
on that, especially considering that I have the WSET level 1 and the Portuguese wine specialist level 1, so I know a thing or two about wine.
You see,
Yeah,
so we can help doing quality control. Okay. So,
guys.
well, I would just leave here. A little bit of a message. In fact, I want to thank everybody who helped 2024 to be a great year. And I already
Many
posted
people.
about some news. Okay, I had some good news just this week. Bright colored news that I'm very happy with. There's new stuff going on. So in fact, social media is going to be addressed in a slightly different way, and things are starting to move. And well, I'm planning to be quite busy already. Well, with some appointments for next year, planning to be quite busy for next year. But there will be a lot of new stuff. I will keep being well, um, easy accessible and always trying to help. But I'm moving forward to another level to do different stuff, which I'm investing in. But overall, 2024 was just amazing. It went over any possible expectation, and 2025 looks very very promising.
Yeah.
So I think that we can use a few weeks until the end of the year to really get ready for a great 2025. And of course, I want to thank the both of you as well for being here very often. I don't know if you noticed, but
Likewise.
we've pretty much done a year of Unplugged Live. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is to many more years doing Unplugged Lives over here because, or even in some different platforms. Let's see. But it's been great. It's been very, very interesting. And the feedback that I get from people who send messages, who then tour with me, and so on, it's very rewarding. So, from my side, I'm very, very happy with what we just have achieved this year. Okay, and
The same here.
So, well, I don't know if you want to add something more. I just I felt I needed to add this. Okay, but please go ahead.
I just want to add something. Well, I didn't talk much about food because I'm following a very strict regime. I really need to.
So no
of course,
pictures,
I'm gonna
no
I'm gonna
pictures for
open an
Gabriel, okay?
I'm gonna open an exception on Christmas and on the 24th too. But yes, I'm following a quite strict regime, and also, when we have when I had some losses, I had a big loss this year, and 2 years ago we had another loss. So when Christmas come and the family they get together, and when it's the first year we miss someone, there's a lack of spirit. Of course, we're gonna celebrate anyway, but it's always a hard Christmas when I lost my mama, so it's not gonna be the same, right? So that's why I didn't talk so much about, especially about food. Lionel, I don't know. We've been talking about, so yeah, it's the first. We are about to celebrate the first year, talking here together. It's been a great privilege. I just love to chat with you. We do this because especially we like to talk about all these issues that come to us. And it's been great also to hear people's feedback. Although we don't have like thousands and thousands of visualization, it doesn't matter. We just have a few, but they are the good ones. And it's been great to hear people saying that they enjoy to hear us because we really address some issues, and we are also very blunt and straightforward. So sometimes we talk about things that maybe they are not so popular, but at least people they can realize they can trust us because we are not hiding ourselves. We are not trying to paint the perfect world. No, Portugal is not perfect. We are not perfect, but we do our best to make your experiences perfect here in Portugal. So guys, I think from my hand, it's that's all. We're gonna be back only in January, right?
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we deserve a little vacation as well, I think. Okay, but
15 days eating every single day. Yeah.
we will be back stronger than ever. So
Yeah.
that's the spirit.
Yeah,
Okay,
exactly.
and a lot
So
of good
from
stuff is still gonna happen meanwhile. Okay,
Mhm.
Sergio, your
Yeah.
final
So
thoughts.
final thoughts. Well, looking back, well, 2024, it's definitely has been a life-changing year for me, obviously for good reasons. I wasn't out and about as much as I would like I was on previous years, but on the plus side, it afforded me the possibility to be a little bit more present. And the word that would define for me 2024 is definitely family. And so that's the key thing. That's what moves us to do the things
Oh,
that we
yeah.
do. And it's always great to be able to share things that make us happy. And in this case, it was seeing my family grow made me very happy this year, obviously. And sharing that with people, sharing my happiness, sharing my personal, and having that transpire to the professional level as well. It's always very rewarding because people can definitely feel when you have passion for something. People can definitely feel all that enthusiasm that you bring on a on a visit, on a tour, um, for your country, for the location where you were born, and it's something that I'm really looking forward to pass down to my to my family, to my son as well, and it's something that I hope that when I take when I take people out and about and to discover not just the Dodo Valley but other places in the country as well, I hope that I'm able to convey these feelings of passion, of gratitude, and yeah, this is definitely the season to be happy, to be jolly, to be grateful for all of the things that happened throughout the year, and this is basically the feelings that I am right now overflowing with. It's happiness, it's gratitude, and I'm very happy for all of the persons that chose me to share one of their days or multiple days even. I've had people booking me for several days, and I'm very thankful for them to trust in me, to show them the country, to share a little bit of my insights, and hopefully they come out with some fantastic memories of coming over here to Portugal, and hopefully I did a good job representing the country, the region, and hopefully those persons are eager to come back and discover a little bit more. If not with me, with other people, but well, hopefully it's going to be with me again. And yeah, so for 2025, the thing that I'm hoping for, well, it's being able to be out and about a little bit more, to hosting more people once again, to sharing again the wonders, not just of the Douro Valley. And as I mentioned before, I'm trying to convince people to visit other regions in the country, particularly people who like wine. Don't stick just to the Douro Valley. Wherever you go, there's definitely a winery that you can definitely try. It's one of it's going to be my big mission for 2025 to convey a little bit this message. If you're coming over here for the wine and for the gastronomy, each region is very unique, and if not the Douro Valley, then you're probably going to find another place that is more to your liking. And it's to try to convey this message that Portugal. I've been telling people that Portugal is incredibly diverse, but it's even more diverse than people imagine it to be. And so I want people to know a little bit more about it. So I want to host people and hopefully have the opportunity to host people not just to the Douro Valley, but different places. And hopefully, well, my wish is also to professionally, that is, the personal ones, I'm keeping them here. But professionally, I hope to once again meet people that I have met on previous years. That means that is the biggest compliment that people can
Oh,
do
yeah.
me is when they come back and they book another tour with me. And well, I've already had one of those situations 2 years ago. Well, not 2 years ago, it was actually last year. Time does fly. But it was last year that I had a couple who booked a 2-day trip with me. We went from Porto to Lisbon over the course of 2 days. Then they came back earlier this year, and I was fortunate enough to that our schedules they coincided, and we were able to meet again in Porto. And they told me again that they're gonna be back next year, and they want to have this time around they want to have lunch at the Douro Valley. So yeah, sure, why not? Let's go for it. So having people come back a second and even a third time, and this is what I've been saying all along. We meet as strangers. The relationship is we're the customer and you're the customer and I'm the tour guide. But hopefully by the end of the day, we depart as
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah,
So
you
that
don't
is
want
the
to.
best feeling ever. And I hope to continue
I
this trend over the course of the next year and in many more years to come. So these are my Christmas wishes, basically.
Wow, very good ones.
Well, I think we are all set. I don't know if any of you wants to add anything else. I just want to wish to everybody who's watching now and later on some great holidays, that 2024 finishes with a great energy, with a great vibe. And the 2025 will be a heck of a year. We are here really ready to make things happen and to welcome more people to our beautiful country, to show them what's really worth and the uniqueness that we have over here. So from my side, let me just look at the calendar. We should be back somewhere on January 6th. Okay. And wishing to all of you some great.
Lionel, because January 6th is a complicated date because that is Dia de Reis.
Okay.
So it might be a holiday. I don't know if we're going to be available or not because typically that's also a family day. So that is Epiphany.
Let's see. We'll announce it. We'll announce it. Okay.
If not the 6th, then probably the next week.
Yeah.
That's pretty much guaranteed.
Okay.
But we might do something special for the holidays in the meanwhile.
So let's go for it. Okay. And wishing you a great entrance on 2025. So we'll see you in a few more weeks.
Yep. Happy holidays, everyone.
Thank you for watching.
Bye, guys.
Have a great
Happy
one.
Christmas. See you next year.
Yep.
Thank
See you next year. Bye.